I don't know, something to do with SFX. Maybe something you could do a cross thing with Classy and Zirconia if you guys want to, a holes, whatever. I'm not clever with it. I want it to be like clever, not just Zico holes or something stupid. And we all know Zirconia ain't classy, so don't even try to pull that bullshit with me, you fucking weirdos. Don't be weird. Beat the devil out of it.
Yeah, like a play on already.
Thank you.
Like a play on an already accepted phrase, like fresh coat of paint, or like a paint job, sure, but it's missing something. Hardcore aspects. What if it was SFX and candy or something like that? It was like sex.
I smell SFX and handies.
I like that one.
Here.
Hit my face.
Who's that coming in my hair? Who's that jerking?
Decidedly
in
not how the song goes.
General direction.
Beauty and the Zeke.
Baby, this surely is a meme. Yeah.
See, when she thinks she's being hilarious, she stops listening to anything or anyone else. Like, wait, I'm not done being hilarious
digging.
yet.
I gotta keep
that's
digging.
How that feels.
I gotta keep digging.
That's how that feels. Okay. Good, now I know.
You had to know at one point. Nobody's born that clever. I just didn't manage to develop into anything like worth a damn.
I just had SFX.
That's blessed.
That's a good one.
I just had SFX. And it felt so hood. Felt so hood. Oh my god, do you want to know a funny hood story? From my times in the B-more? So, my good friend Jasmine, I think I've told you guys about Jasmine. She was a beautiful black lady who desperately wanted to buy my hair when I cut it off because she really wanted to make a weave out of it. Because, quote unquote, Katie, you have the hair everyone's buying. I told her, no, you're not allowed to wear my hair. She was a wonderful person, though. But anyways, long story short, one of her sister goes on a date with this guy. And they're, like, chilling on a couch. And she's, like, not feeling it. And he's, like, you know, trying to hit it. So he's, like, getting up on her. And she's like, no, I'm not really, like, Thank you for agreeing with my story. And I shit you not, he goes, it's cool if I just, like, fuck your legs. And she's like, all right. Which, I mean, bravo. I want to know for science. But in the moment, I would not have said yes. And he quite literally dropped trow and just, like, fucked her inner thigh, came, and left. While she was like this. What went down?
Hold on.
I'll get it. No, I'll get it. Why?
I have less stuff to take off. That's why I was going to go look.
Oh, it's my seat.
Oh, okay.
My dreaded CK that I bought at Ross like 20,000 years ago is so heavy it falls off of anything. I gotta like stick 'em it. Someday I'll stick 'em it somewhere, but it always falls off of shit. But anyways, he comes in her thighs while she's, you know, relaxed back on the couch, thighs together apparently, and she was texting with her pants around her ankles. And he just like goes to town and comes in her thighs.
You know, that's what he wanted all along. Someone who does that, that's what they want. They're afraid to say, like, I guess I'll have sex like every other person.
You think?
Yeah. I bet that dude is, like, all about thigh fucking.
I mean, I've known people to do that if they were, like, didn't want to get pregnant or whatever. Outer sex.
Well, it's one of those things that it's like a kink. You don't, like, it's tough to bring it up and say, like, you know, like Dave Chappelle says he fucks feet. Like he takes that little gap between you put your feet together.
Yeah.
He fucks that little gap. You can't just start off with that. You got to work your way up to that shit. Be like, all right, I'll stick it in your vagina, mouth, and stuff. It's like, After a few times, then you like, hey, can I see your feet real quick? But that dude, he's probably like, oh God, I jumped right to thigh fucking? This is the best day ever.
But then it was like a one-night stand of thigh fucking, which is crazy to me. I wouldn't just let a stranger come on me anywhere.
I thought that would probably go without saying, but apparently needed saying.
Do you know how many people just like blow strangers and shit at bars?
Satan! Hail Satan!
It's wild to me. Like bodily fluids should be, babe. It honestly, like, I'd love to take you to a doctor. Could be like a science experiment.
Why?
Just to see what you might be littered with. From all this strange tang you've had.
It means I'm asymptomatic, whatever I have.
Most boys are. I've been tested though.
You think
He's
you would have
clean.
got something by now?
I've had a pap. You clean, because I'm clean.
When's the last time you had a pap?
Right before I moved here.
With a side of schmear.
Right before I moved here. I had it before I moved out.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to get a new doctor. I moved here, and thank God, because COVID. That would be a weird thing.
Yeah.
Getting a new vagina doctor in the midst of this shit. But we had already fooked, so I knew you was. I got checked before and after.
That's fair.
Not because I was paranoid. They just do that when you get an appointment. But
Well,
I was like, by proxy. Otherwise, either I'm really lucky or he's clean.
well, it's not necessarily a confession, but I will tell you that before we snogged the first time, or snogged is actually something. Snog is just kissing. Before we fucked the first time, I made sure to put eyes on your birth control. I made sure. I was like, I'm gonna find that shit.
That's
As
smart.
soon as I put eyes on it, I was like,
I'm gonna be
okay,
honest.
proof right there.
Dude, it's
I mean,
not.
at least she's got it. I mean, you might not be taking it, but it's right there.
I'm saying, I don't think there's any shame in that because I'm gonna look at a condom. I'm gonna look at that dick and make sure a condom's on.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally fair, dude. Dude, that's a fun question. So when we first, basically, most of the whole time we were in Nocturne together, and then the whole time that we were like chit-chatting and playing games online and getting to know each other, I was on birth control and a mess, like migraines and shit. Am I different now? Like almost a year off birth control? Almost a year off birth control.
Are you different?
Yeah, like, would you say my moods are different, or would you say I'm different, or anything like that?
I honestly wouldn't, because
I'm just curious.
whenever, like, because we didn't spend, like we do now, we didn't spend 24 hours a day, like, next to each other. Because,
That's
like,
true.
We've had to cancel, like, our internet dates before because of, you know, one reason or the other, being I have a headache, or I had a thing come up, or whatever. So, like, when you're doing, like, an internet date, you kind of, like, got your best foot forward, best face on.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. We very first met on a one-shot role-playing Vampire the Masquerade role-playing show.
Yeah.
That was the first time we ever did anything together. And then we were both invited by Pumpkinberry to do Nocturne on Table Story. And
Yeah.
That's how we got to know each other. We first met, but that was like, you know, one day of nothing. Or, I mean, one day of just like 3 hours. And we really got to know each other after weeks of role-playing.
Months. 9 months. We could have made a baby, and instead we made Nocturne, and I'm way happier with that. My mom had a baby talk with me today, by the way. Did I tell you that?
Your what?
My mom had a baby talk with me. She, like, casually goes...
She went, like, gaga goo-goo to you?
No, she casually asked me, am I going to get any kids out of you? You fucking asshole.
I'm just kidding.
Am I going to get any kids out of you? And I was like, I literally said, absolutely not. And she goes, really? And I was like, Mom, I have literally never wanted kids, ever. And she said she knows. Yep, she just pushes. She's a pusher. Yeah. Women are pusher. I'm a pusher. I know I am. She's a pusher. And she said, well, I just want to make a statement. And I was like, oh, God. Okay. And she says, when your father and I were together, he did not want more children at all. Because my biological dad had 2 daughters before he met my mom. They're way older than me. And he was very clear before they got married, he didn't want kids. And so my mom, this is what my mom said today to me. And I love my mother, by the way. She says, you know, your father didn't want kids, and so I took it upon myself to have you girls because I knew in my lifetime I wanted kids. After my father, like, clearly said he didn't want kids. So my mom tells me this as a way of, like, saying, you know, just so you know, I want you to be able to know you can take control of your destiny and whatever. Now, I'm going to tell you what she actually did. She just decided to stop taking birth control and snuck me and my sister on my dad. That's what she actually did. But the way she worded it today was very interesting.
Not Enough Gun. It's on, if you want to check it out, might still be on BJP's YouTube. It was a one-shot.
It's still on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep, if you Google it. Every time I Google you, it's up. Or YouTube. I gotta do this side. And you're still on it. Sorry, babe.
Gotta do it.
Yeah, my mom said she was on the sponge type of birth control, which is what Elaine's on in Seinfeld, if you guys
remember. Is he sponge-worthy?
Is he sponge-worthy? When the sponges
not
go
making
out?
any more of them.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite episodes. So my mom was on the sponge.
Do they still make that?
I think it might have gone out of circulation.
What is
I don't know. It was literally a sponge you put in your pussy that had like spermicide in it, but it also soaked up the sperm before it went to your cervix.
Okay.
Yeah. I never used one.
God damn, dude. Female contraception. It's just
you know
wackadoo.
What? You know what's
sucks
hilarious?
ass.
What's hilarious is they have invented male birth control, like a pill boys can take, but it makes them feel kind of grumpy and it kills the libido.
Well, hold on a second.
Darn it.
Hold on a second, though.
Darn it.
No, hold on a second. Look at me. Killing your libido kind of like is extremely counterproductive.
Honey, would you like me to tell you the side effects of female birth control?
Here's the thing that'll let you fuck whenever, but we're gonna take the will to fuck away.
Would you like to know the side effects of female birth control?
Oh, does it?
Moodiness, lack of libido,
No
dry
way.
vagina, migraines, blood
I already
clots,
said yours shit is fucked. I
and
knew that.
death.
I did not know that. Death?
Tubal pregnancies that will fuck up you on the inside and just make you hemorrhage from the inside out and die, but we do it anyways.
Dude.
And guys think condoms are difficult.
Hey, man.
Look how much he just learns, though. Isn't it cool to have, like, a dude that's just like, oh, wow, that's fucked up, instead of, like, no fucking way, man. Birth control would never fucking do that. They wouldn't market something that would do that much damage to someone,
I didn't
right?
deny that it was.
I'm not mimicking you. I'm mimicking what an asshole would do. I was saying you were wonderful. Oh, God, no. I was saying that you were wonderful and that you were just, like...
I didn't know that feminine birth control...
It's horrible.
Takes your libido away. It's counterproductive. It's fucking ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, you want to fuck without any baby like worries?
Do you want to know something else?
We're gonna take your desire to fuck away, but then you can't. Everybody's like, then you don't want to have sex anyway.
Get this,
dude. Fuck that.
Get this. This is another crazy part of birth control. They actually just recently found this out in the past couple years, like last 10 years. So when women are on birth control, essentially what birth control does is it simulates pregnancy. It makes your body think it's already pregnant by releasing certain types of hormones. Every birth control is a different one. If I would have put that,
because I knew that, but if I would have put that together, that makes total sense. It's like when you're pregnant,
you're a psycho.
Probably don't want to have sex.
And it's like having an abortion every month.
But there's some pregnant chicks that really want to fuck.
It depends on your hormones. Yeah. Yep, it all depends on your hormones. I forgot where I was going with that. Damn it.
I said it sucks.
I know.
Like, it takes away your libido.
It takes away your libido. Fuck, I forgot. It's gone. It's okay. Probably wasn't important. Oh, the other side effect. This is a crazy side effect. So, because of those hormones and shit, women taking birth control, or ladies and gentledoms with the female anatomy downstairs, I'm so sorry, that sucks. It makes you more attracted to feminine looking men who are in fact less fertile. And so they're thinking it correlates to all these pregnancy issues we have and stuff. And then women will like stop taking birth control and suddenly hate their husband and think they're very ugly. Because you've been just like, I was on birth control for like 7 years or something. Yeah, dude. Ungodly like that.
I'll tell you this, like, I will shout the
vasectomies,
the joys and the benefits and the ease of a vasectomy as loud and long as it takes. Like, It was so disgustingly easy and quick. I had a day and a half of recovery where it was just discomfort. It wasn't even pain. It was just like, oh, my balls are sensitive, and I feel that like that really, you know when you
it's
get kicked
so
in the balls,
upsetting to me.
but it's like almost gone. That pain of being kicked in the balls, but it's almost gone. That's all it was for like a day and a half. That's it. Just discomfort. It was just like you didn't want to sit on your ball. You don't want to like jostle them. But
do you know what a pap?
after like by the second day, like the second day after this, nothing, barely anything.
Do you know what they do to us during a pap smear? Part of it. Every time we do it once a year, they actually put a tool inside of me and clip away parts of the side of the inside of my womb with no numbing. Like they scrape the walls of the inside of my cervix to test it for cancers and shit every single time. It's like if you took a stapler remover and made it really tiny and then just like clipped your ball skin over and over, but on the inside.
Do they have to do that?
That's the smear.
Yeah.
That's what they test for. It's horrific.
I think I know, but what are the benefits of a pap smear?
Testing for STDs and cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, they can tell if you have HPV or any other cancers like that. Mm-hmm. And I mean,
well, back in the day, like I don't think they still do it anymore because I think they can test your urine now for guys, like for most everything. But back in the day, my buddy talked about getting an STD test, and they'd shove a Q-tip up your pee hole.
They still do that.
And they take it out, and it removes the mucus layer.
Yeah.
So next time you pee, it is astoundingly painful, he said.
They still do that. Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's for a specific kind of disease, though. I don't know what it is. That's specific. I don't know which one that is. Which STD that is. Yeah. I just think it's interesting because, like, I'm not allowed to get my tubes tied, but you can go do what I have to do once a year, every year, forever to sterilize yourself, no questions asked. It's kind of crazy. Like,
or you can just get them snipped. Also, like, there are different types of vasectomies where you can, because mine was like the least reversible, meaning
I've told them that. Yeah,
the doctor
you got the
was like
snip, clip, and the burn.
Yep, he snipped like a centimeter of vas deferens out.
Yep.
Folded both sides of it back on itself, clipped it with titanium clips, and then burned the edges. Cauterized the edges closed.
Killed them.
And then clipped, turned them back on itself, folded them back, and snipped it or clipped it. And even then, the doctor was like, all right, it's 80% reversible the first year, and it goes down 10% every year after that. And I was like, that's still pretty good odds. But there are other ones that you can get that I think you just snip and you clamp them down or whatever.
Yeah.
They're easier to reverse. Do it. I'm saying, do it. It's so easy. And like coming inside of a woman without a condom on is just like God opened up heaven and it's just free ice cream all day, every day. It's the best. It's clearly the best.
On the reproducing female side, I always say, like, even when you're on birth control, you always have in the back of your mind it might not work. Like, always. 100% you have this anxiety every single month right before your period's supposed to get there. You're like, oh my God, am I cramping because I'm pregnant? Or is it my period? Every month, no matter what. It doesn't matter. Every time. And him being snipped has 100% removed that. Like, my anxiety is gone. It's just turned into, fuck, my period's here. We can't fuck for 3 days. Sorry. I'm pukey. And that's it. It's that relief of whatever the fuck is on the back of your mind all the time. And it sucks because you're so happy you're getting fucked. But like the moment you start having regular sex, you're like, now I just gotta be panicked about my period every month forever. And he removed that with that tiny ass nothing.
But that's the thing. It's just as beneficial for her as it is for me.
Birth
because
control's
she
bad.
Doesn't get doesn't fuck with her hormones or anything. She's pretty much, I mean, as long as she has a steady supply of joy, she's pretty even keeled, or, well, not even keeled, but like predictable.
I'm much more consistent.
Pretty predictable, you know, from month to month.
I would say I'm a more consistent human when I'm on my joy. I feel more consistent.
Yeah.
I told my chat this one time, but one of the ways I used to describe it to my doc when he asked me, like, how are you doing? Before I was on my joy.
Wait, we're talking about birth control.
Oh, you're calling that joy?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I'm saying like the birth control hormone swings do not happen because you're not on it.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I'm saying as long as you take your joy, then you're even keeled throughout the month.
I thought we were talking about
you don't have another thing, birth control, in there like fucking up your shit. Mm-hmm. However, when she's not on her joy, that's a fun experience because it's like, depending on how long she lasts, like without it, like 3-4 days, it's like, what are we gonna get today? Oh, crying and laying in bed all day. Oh, nope, angry at me for no reason today. It's a fucking like, woo!
After about like the third day, I actually start to feel like I have the flu. It's real weird. Look up for me. Yeah. Yeah, I start to feel like I have a really bad flu. And I start to get stomach aches. And I'm like, what is going on? But the stomach aches from anxiety. I just don't realize it at first. You never do. Until, like, honestly, it's pretty funny. I remember it now, but at the time, it doesn't click with me. He'll just, like, on our day off, casually be like, oh, have you re-upped your joy lately? And I'll be like, no.
Yeah, no, it was like, her doctor was not getting back to her. And every day, every time I mentioned it, I knew it was just like, I know you called. But
the delicacy.
Have you left a message? I will call them myself if you give me the numbers. I have called them. Do you think I'm lying to you? I called them today. I left a message. Here, you can go ahead. Go ahead and call them. And I'm like, boop, 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 boop. I'm being held prisoner. I'm being held hostage by a brain. Help me.
I'm so sorry. You know, I had a boss tell me I was unapproachable one time in a review. So, that makes a lot more sense. Oh, 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 yeah. Song is weird.
What's one of your favorite movies or TV shows that feels underrated, underrated or underappreciated?
Good question. Movies or TV shows? Ginger Snaps. Also Jennifer's Body.
Fleabag.
I can't get through it. I'm so bored with her.
See, I loved it. Fleabag was, and I'm just so sad it only got 2 seasons.
It was pretty boring for most people, I think. My whole chat loves it. I mean, no one's agreed with me. But I tried, and she just is like, I start to fall asleep every time I watch. Like, I start searching for things to do, and I'm like, okay, this isn't working out. I tried before we even dated. Like, you had suggested it to me, I think, during your stream or something. Maybe we were, like, talking sexually at that time, and you had suggested it, and I tried it, and I was like, why is this so boring?
Well, when people ask, like, what you like that's underrated or underappreciated, it's usually, you usually fall back on, like, guilty pleasures. Like, shit that you really like, but, like, for some reason, other people don't like it as much as you. And it just seems so weird that, like, why don't you like this?
Why don't you love me?
But, like, underappreciated.
Oh, that HBO show from the early 2000s called Carnival.
Carnival was fucking fantastic. That was a great show. It did kind of get a little weird towards the last part of the last
think
season,
it got canceled. I don't think they meant to end it that way, to be honest. Too, I felt that way, but the journey there was just so cryptic and so well done. And that main guy that plays the priest, what's his name? It's one of my favorite actors. I don't remember his name,
but he's Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, he's so good, dude. That was a really good show, but it just didn't...
Oh, I scared him. I touched his paw and he was dead asleep. Clancy Brown, thank you.
Devil's Rejects, I mean, obviously, yeah. I don't know why, but I feel like Rob Zombie movies aren't as popular. Like,
they're really hit and miss, though.
Yeah, that's true. We watched that new Salem one and it
Yeah.
wasn't great.
Yeah, that Salem's what is that? What was that called? Lords of Salem.
Lords of Salem, yeah.
Lords of Salem, and that was disappointing.
There was no climax. What happened?
There was no like Rob Zombie like blood, gore, anything.
Nothing. Yeah, that was pretty weird.
Like, dude, I mean, thanks. I mean, good branching out, way to go. But
hello,
played your strengths.
I mean, it's kind of the same feeling I got when I saw 1 Hour Photo with
1 Hour Photo was a creep show.
Dude, for real. And it for a while, it kind of ruined him for me. I couldn't watch him for a bit.
Oh, Robin Williams?
Yeah. It made him so ultra creepy to me.
Yeah.
But it's the same. It's like you watch a Rob Zombie movie, you're not looking for some heartfelt adventure of a young girl. You're like looking for gore and shit.
Yeah. Disturbing. I wanted to be disturbed, and Salem had nothing of that nature.
Nope. If anything, it had really very annoying music.
I want to say, what's his wife's name?
Sherry Moon Zombie.
Sherry was like, honey, branch out acting. I want to do something a little bit more serious. Maybe a drug addiction? He's like, anything for you, babe.
Yeah,
that's love.
I mean, for real, they got the money. Fuck it. She's so hot. Her voice just makes me absurdly annoyed.
Oh, was I whispering too quietly? I'm sorry.
He did that on purpose because he hates you. I'm sculpting the chin. Ish. Yay! Thank you for the follows, guys. Welcome to my channel. What's another one? I love Jennifer's Body. I think it gets a bad rap because it was Megan Fox and everybody thinks she's a dumb bimbo. But dude, she plays such a good dumb bimbo demon in that movie. I love it. And it's eye candy. Oh.
You watch animes? And if so, what's your favorite? I've said this before, but I dip my toe. Like, there's an ocean of anime. And I probably have, like, my big toe in the anime pool, meaning...
He just spit on me.
But I've watched, like, the mainstream shit. I've watched, like, all the Miyazaki shit, like Akira and...
Every time I see Miyazaki, people tell me it's not anime.
I've watched, like, parts of Trigun and you know, Ghost in the Shell, like the really popular shit.
It's cool.
But like, if I had a favorite, Record of Lodoss War.
I haven't seen that one.
Record of Lodoss War is the most close adaptation to Dungeons and Dragons of anything.
Oh, you told me about this, yeah, but I've never seen it.
Someone showed it to me, like years and years ago. It was actually at my local, like D&D place, like where you do magic and Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. Someone brought in they had like a movie night. Like, I want to show you guys this, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Holy shit!
Not enough gun. Whenever I say Miyazaki, because that's my favorite thing in the whole world. You know that Totoro and everything. People are always like, okay, but other than that, and I'm like,
well,
that's anime.
I mean, it's like saying like, what's your favorite animated film? And you say like, well, you know, rattle off Disney. And it's like, Disney doesn't count. Like, why? It fits all the categories you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just because everyone loves it doesn't mean it can't be in the category.
Yeah. I like animation more than most movies these days, to be honest. I love animated movies with good voice actors and stuff. I'm all about it. Give it to me. Babe, may I request a dinner?
Oh, yes, of course.
I would love to get Five Guys this evening if they are open.
Okay.
What do you feel like for this evening's meal? I was going to say leftovers, but tomorrow's Thanksgiving. We should just have a feast of leftovers.